let's see how we are, how is Conergy structured in this market. We are structured in our PV components. That's the part where we have our production. That's our production unit. That's where we produce modules, mounting systems, and electronics, the inverters at the same time. And then you see our distribution power of the various countries, regions, and various channels. Conergy, as most of you probably have heard, went through a very difficult period. At the end of 2007, we actually hit the wall liquidity-wise. And we hit the wall because we've done too much. The company became entirely defocused. We did at the same time different technologies, wind, hydro, PV, whatever you can name, we did it. We did it in a variety of countries. At the time when I walked in, it was 32 countries we've been in my current function. And we went along the value chain, starting a production in Frankfurt Oder, at the same time do all the distribution work and financing work of large developed projects, for example, in Spain. Just too much. We had all the different distribution channels, and we went into the production. So technologies, countries, and value chain was just too much. We were not able really to handle it. So what have we done? We focused basically on 5 elements. Number 1, we focused on our brand. We believe the brand will matter in the future in our industry. And we focused on our brand by bringing all our different brands, which we had worldwide, into one brand, which is Conergy today. Conergy, 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 just Conergy. Number 2, we redefined our channels. We redefined our channels, where we said, what's the route to the market? Which channels do we actually want to serve? And by redefining the channels, we redefine the channels by country as well, because there are countries which are completely different channels in distribution, like Australia, where it's basically a kit business and now moving over to a small business of projects. Then other countries, Italy and Germany, very broad, all channels, markets where you have to distribute along all channels. The third element we looked at was, how can we integrate modules, mounting systems, and inverters? And I'm going to get to that in 1 second. The fourth element was quality. Because we've seen so much of quality issues, we're saying what we're going to produce today has to be of exceptional quality. And this is the brand value, essentially, over time. And the last one is, which is operative thing, is we came up to a lean organization. We reduced our people by 60% up to now, 60. So it's a completely different situation which we're having now. What you see here is a description of what we have in Conergy PV components, that is cells and modules that we produce, mounting system, electronics. Roughly, you can say 500, 600 people. And 900 people distribution. So distribution is still access to the market, to the channels, is still the very large value of Conergy. That is, where we came from. That's the core of our business. And that's where we are today. Now, I said, and I want to tell you a moment about integration. And I don't know, can any one of you imagine to buy a body from BMW and the brakes from Renault, the gearbox from Tata, and the engine from Ford. And then you expect a real well-working car. That's what the industry does today. Today, you buy modules. You buy modules from Sharp or, Suntech or whoever. You buy an inverter from SMA and a mounting system from, say, us mounting system or Schlotter or whoever it is. That's what you do, and you integrate them. And when you integrate them, you get what you buy, because they are all not maximized, they are not fully integrated, and an inverter with this maximum portfolio does not necessarily fit to the maximum portfolio of a module. Schwachlichtverhalten, very different elements which you have to add on. And what we're saying is you're going to get costs down by integrating these things because they fit together. And you're going to get a better result and better output for your customer by fitting these things together. And that is superior return for our customer. So eventually we're saying You know, we want the fully integrated BMW designed car. Whether the gearbox is produced in Czechia, I don't mind. But I want a BMW car if I buy a BMW car. And we're going to see this integration in our industry as well. There is no reason whatsoever why you should buy these things separately, and they do not fit adequately together. So that is a very important element of our strategy. And the last point, as I said, brand. Brand will matter in our industry because quality matters, and there are going to be people making decisions on what they have learned over the last 3 to 5 years, and they've learned that some of the modules didn't work, and they had to be taken down and, you know, redone. And sometimes they couldn't be redone because they are in a capacity that is no longer produced. These experiences will sit with these people. So quality is an important matter in the future, and the brand is an important matter in the future. And we are very lucky that despite of all the financial difficulties we went through in the last, say, 2 years, despite all those, the brand value of Conergy is quite unharmed and is still very well. It's very good. So that is basically what I wanted to share with you. And last word, our world is full of energy. And there's energy everywhere. And as I said, we will resolve the problems if we make them business opportunities. And that's what you're here for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ammer. Are there any questions from the audience? Yes, please. Do we have a mic?
Now you hit my soft point. I have a number of activities in South Africa and Southern Africa because I believe in Africa, but that is quite unique. It's quite unique, and would you put the majority of your money today in Africa? Probably you wouldn't. But what it means is high radiation in PV, very attractive countries to put these things in, but most of them very aggressive climate as well. If you go into South Africa and you go to Namibia, Botswana, if you go into these things, you get very high radiation, but at the same time, height is 1,300, 500 meters. You get storms, you get sand, you get dust, you get lots of other things at extremely high temperatures. These things will load up to 100 degrees. But still, I believe it works, and it will work very well. The only but is, all over Africa, power prices are extremely low because they are subsidized like bread. And if you go to South Africa and you have a 7-cent, euro cent power price, the gap is so huge between our current cost and what the local government, charges for power, that economically it's not viable and feasible today to make a real business out of it. But I'm still with you. It will come because these countries will badly need it. If you look at the environmental impacts, they will badly need them. But today, the gap is too huge. That makes business difficult. Unless you go to off-grid areas where there's no competition and you can't subsidize the systems, this is where your market. Very true, but then you get into complex system with pumps and all those things and hybrid systems, and quite frankly, focus is what we do now today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ammer.